Hello people of YouTube and welcome to the monthly review of April 2022. I think this is going to be a big one. Main reason why, and the same reason I'm squatted on the floor next to a roll container full of boxes, is that I am moving this month. And I'm not just moving to a new apartment in this town, I am moving back to Norway, which means all of my stuff has to be driven across the border. So that means that indeed I have spent all of last week packing up my stuff, putting it in boxes and on this here roll container. I will now put it in a rental van, and then the rental van and I will go on a 6.5 hour adventure to Signe in Norway, where we will unload, and then on Sunday I'm going to be driving the 6.5 hours back down for my last week of work here. Welcome to my office for the day. I've driven about 4 hours now and I just stopped for a hamburger. I kind of feel like a truck driver, and the journey is about 3 more hours, so I picked up a flat white for the road because I'm a pretentious piece of shit, and yeah, I've got about 2 more hours of driving and then like an hour of waiting for a ferry and being on a ferry, so not too bad at all, methinks. It's going all right. The weather has been extremely strange. I've been in like snowstorms and I've been sunbathing, so it's a very odd day to be driving, but it's going well. Longest solo trip so far, not terrible.
Jag vet. Ja.
How are you feeling about the moving things we have done today?
I'm feeling very jealous that you are finished with your part of the move and I have only just begun with my massive part of the move that's going to take me, it seems, all over the Norwegian countryside.
At the end of the month I'm going to interview you again and ask you how it all went.
I'll just be crying.
I'm eating, and now there's a camera in my face.
I forgot to film this. I need 2 words on how your part of the move went.
Just fine. Very tiring. Kind of annoying. Missed you.
Thank you. Good. Yeah. Looking forward to when it's all done.
Yes, very much so.
Now I'm on my way back. I've just driven the first hour. I'm taking a different route today than I took on Friday because I wanted to visit where I am right now, which is the World Heritage Site in Tanum, which Signe was at last time she drove up from Linköping back to Norway and recommended it to me. So, bit of a detour, lots of motorway, which is a bit boring, and with an empty van and a lot of side wind, kind of sketchy feeling. I'm not enjoying that very much, but let's have a look at the views. Maybe they will make up for the slightly sketchy drive. And that's it for Linköping, Sweden. I've lived here and worked here and existed here for 3 years and 4 months, and tomorrow morning I work my last sort of 4 hours, and then I take a plane to the Netherlands, where I'll be for 2 weeks, and after that I'm flying straight up to Trondheim. So yeah, I'm not coming back to Linköping anytime soon. I mean, I'm sure I'll visit every now and then, but yeah, the life part of Linköping is done, and that's kind of strange. But I'm looking forward to the next chapter, if you will. So, yeah, first off to the Netherlands we go. what are your thoughts of Schiermonnikoog?
It's very windy.
That's it?
No, it's also very hilly, but it's pretty. It's pretty. A lot of it looks like Danish nature.
That makes sense. Lots of dunes and sandy beaches and stuff.
Yes, but a lot of Netherlands looks like Denmark, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not surprised, but I do like it.
Nice. What's been your favorite part so far?
I like the beach a lot.
Mm.
That was nice. It was very pretty. Very many shells. I got some shells as well. We don't have these striped ones, I think. At least not that I've ever seen. And this one's
Right.
both orange and striped, and this one's black.
Yeah, they are quite nice. What are your thoughts about Schiermonnikoog? Oh, that's very overexposed.
Yeah, I'm also overexposed to nature and quiet. My favorite part is the part where there are not that many people.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice and quiet here.
We've been good at that today.
Yeah.
We've gone where the people were not,
Yep.
That's very true.
for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it's blinking red.
Yeah. Yeah, should be fine.
Bye.
Hi.
This is the worst part. Yep.
Marvelous.
Hey.
Do you feel like the brave Dutch seafarers of your ancestors?
Oh yes, we've definitely conquered that island.
Abel Tasman would be proud.
We are in Zoutkamp at a place that claims to sell Danish ice cream. How Danish is the ice cream?
I mean, it's like what you get at any harbor in Denmark, so I suppose it is Danish enough, but I don't know if it's made
Authentically
by Danes.
Danish recipe.
So maybe like 3 out of 5 Daniple.
Good. Awesome.
But it's good.
It's good and it's tasty. But it is the same you can get in Denmark, but
Oh.
probably not made in Denmark.
No, I guess not.
The back of this van has been our view for the past hour.
What was the plan for today?
To drive me to Lea so I could get on my train at 11:40. And then for you guys to go look at some motorcycles.
That was an hour ago.
Then plan B was to go to Bremen for my 13:18 train, which is still not completely impossible.
It kind of is, though.
It kind of is.
Realistically, it is.
So plan C is to now get me to Bremen and figure out whether it's more convenient for me to stay the night in Bremen or for me to take a train and be home at like 2 in the morning.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay. Where are we now?
We're at Bremen Hauptbahnhof, and in 10 minutes I'll have a train to Hamburg.
So we've made it.
We've made it to a train to Hamburg, and then
Step one.
Then I'll have 2 hours in Hamburg, and then I'll be home by midnight instead of by 8.
Yeah, that part's a bummer, but at least we're on our way.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We
Awesome.
did not anticipate sitting still for 2 hours outside of Lea.
That was a bummer. Do you have any final words on your stay in the Netherlands?
No, I'm just tired. I just
Okay.
want to go home.
The last few days in the Netherlands have been fairly intense. I've had 2 birthdays and a funeral, and this is my last day in the Netherlands, and I'm spending it, at least an hour or 2 of it, on my dad's motorcycle, because I don't have a motorcycle in Scandinavia yet, so when I fly to Norway tomorrow, I will have to be motorcycleless for a little bit. Anyway, despite the last few days having been particularly hectic, I have enjoyed myself in the Netherlands very much. It's been great that Liz was here for the first week. We've seen Schiermonnikoog, we've done boating by the lake, we've gone out for a lot of lovely food, and just in general it's been a good time. I've seen a lot of family and some friends. This evening, Frank, Rebecca and I are going to see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them #3. And I haven't heard great things about that movie, but I do really enjoy the universe, especially the sort of more grown-up side of the Harry Potter universe that is portrayed in the Fantastic Beasts movies. So even if it's not a fantastic story, I'll probably enjoy it anyway. Anyway, before Fantastic Beasts, I'm going to strap a GoPro to my chest and show you a little bit of motorcycling and the beauty of my very flat province. If that all works out. I've never done any motorcycle recording, so we'll see. I won't bore you with the entire ride, but I'll just pick out some highlights and chat over it for a minute. If you want to see more, there's a 40-minute video on my channel without any voiceover stuff, just engine sound. Content for the connoisseur, let's say. Come to think of it though, I should have probably added in some form of background music for variety, because due to the very flat nature of Groningen, the province we're in, the roads are extremely straight, which results in a lot of long-lasting, monotonal? I don't know, engine droning. You know what? Protect your hearing, don't watch the full 40-minute video, just watch this little highlight reel instead. Anyway, this trip took me through the northwest of Groningen, starting at a place called Garnwerd. Garnwerd is on a river called Hedderij, and it's a quaint little tourist destination. It's got some cafes, some restaurants, and apparently it's got the narrowest street in the Netherlands, which is quite impressive, because if you ask Signe, she'll tell you that all the streets in the Netherlands are unreasonably narrow to begin with. I turned off into a town called Aduard, overtook a guy on a mobility scooter, and after a little bit came back to the same bridge I'd used to cross a canal earlier. shortly after this little loopy nonsense I put myself through, I went through a tunnel underneath Noordhoorn, which was my first time on a motorcycle going through a tunnel, and I didn't see that coming because being as flat as it is, there are not many tunnels in Groningen. I also did not enjoy it very much. The fun of being in touch with your environment when you're on a motorcycle does become a bit threatening when your environment is two walls and a ceiling. After the tunnel, I left the A roads as soon as I could and turned onto B road in Niezijl. Then I did another little accidental loop through a town called Kommerzijl and headed towards Zoutkamp. That name might sound familiar, because it is the same town that Frank and I took Liz to a few days earlier to sample some allegedly Danish ice cream. Unfortunately, this time I didn't stop for ice cream, because I had a train to catch into the city and go and watch Fantastic Beasts. As I expected and mentioned before this ride, it was both not very good and quite enjoyable if you just like to see the Harry Potter universe at play. That's it for my time in the Netherlands for now, so on to Norway we go. Say hello to the camera. Hello. Is that fun? Okay. Wasn't fun. I'll put you back there. Anyway, it's Monday the 25th of April and I have been in this new apartment together with Signe for 4 days now. Signe at the moment is having the tires on our car changed from winter tires to summer tires, which gives me some space to run around like a maniac and unpack more boxes because, as you can see, it's chaos. There's a TV that's on the floor right there, which is just wonderful. So yeah, even though I've been here for 4 days and Signe has been here for well over a week, as with any move, there will be a lot of stuff left to do for quite a while to come. What are we doing today?
Many things. Depends, where do you want to start? How did we start the day today?
Sure. How do we start the day today?
We started the day today by you going out to check on Saga because she seemed to be rummaging in her cage. And then you came back inside and you were like, Sina, Saga's had diarrhea all over her cage. She's standing in diarrhea and looking sad. You need to help her. So
We
now
helped her
I have poop in a bag.
which we are now bringing to one of your aunt's houses to put in their washing machine because we do not have a washing machine yet.
Yep.
So that is step one of today.
That is step one of today. And then we have also unpacked a shit ton of boxes. Not actually put the shit ton of things anywhere, just kind of dumped it on the floor because we were tired of having boxes all over the apartment. And we're gonna take that through the recycling center and then we're gonna go to IKEA. Gonna have to have lunch in there somewhere probably. And we were going to Power to buy power things.
Indeed, which
kind
is
of
an
things?
electronics store. I
Yeah.
need some stuff for my computer, and we need computer mice, probably, if they have the right ones.
Computer mice, not actual mice.
Not actual mice.
Very important distinction.
So, very big day in terms of getting our move sorted, and a slightly bigger day, unfortunately, because Saga is not well.
Uh-huh.
incredibly tired right now because it is Tuesday the 3rd of May and the end of my second workday at my new job. It is also the end of probably the most intense month and therefore monthly review I have ever had. It started, if I remember rightly, with me driving up and down to Norway to bring all my stuff here. Then I worked my last week in Sweden. Then I went to the Netherlands for 10-12 days. Then I properly flew up to Norway to live here. And, well, as I've just mentioned, I've started a new job. It has been a month packed with good memories though. There have been 2 birthdays, Liz came down from Denmark to the Netherlands, Frank and I did a bunch of motorcycling, including test riding on 2 different Royal Enfields, which was very worthwhile, and I've been looking forward to doing something like that for like 3 years now, so that was amazing. There was also a funeral, which not necessarily a happy memory, but a good one, if that makes sense. I'm happy in a way that I was in the Netherlands at the moment that the funeral was. I'm gonna leave the details of that memory for myself and the people that were actually involved with all of it, but it was good in a strange sort of way. And indeed, now we are here. Signe and I live in this new apartment in Trondheim, back in Trondheim after 3 years of having lived in Sweden. It is utter insanity. It was never our intention to end back up here, but here we are. Let's see how long we'll be up here this time around. And that, with my incredible tiredness, is going to do it for the monthly review of April 2022. Thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to push one of the positive buttons down below, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao!